Welcome to the Grace-Based Christian Coaching Podcast. I'm Alexandra Cabell, a certified professional coach and the founder of Grace-Based Christian Coaching. GSCC is here to serve ambitious women in leadership who are struggling with limiting beliefs and overwhelm and want to live out their God-given purpose with confidence and clarity. Friday favorites. So this is a fun tradition that we have here over on GSCC podcast and YouTube, where I share a behind the scenes scoop of what I'm loving lately, lessons learned, and what I'm looking forward to for just an idea of how life looks for me personally and professionally, and how I'm also working to live out my most intentional and Christ-centered life possible too. So let's get into it. This week, loving lately. This was a week of events, the most fun events. Had multiple Mother's Day celebrations at my girls' school, which was so much fun. We've got crafts around the house galore, the best. And then I had seen that it was National Day of Prayer and National Small Business Week. Both overlapped on my birthday, which was Thursday. It was a super fun day. We had rain here in Charlotte, so pivoted plans a little bit and ended up going to experience a head spa locally, which I had never had before. It was a really fun opportunity to try something new, and honestly, what I really loved about it was that it honors one of my core values, which is to experience new things. And really, I'm so passionate about it that I have a monthly reminder to do this and to seek it out. So think about, for y'all listeners, what is important to you? What do you value? What matters? And how can you intentionally craft that in to your schedule and your everyday? It's so worth it. A couple other loving latelys. Earlier in the week, I had the honor and privilege and joy of getting together with one of my OG clients from back in 2018, years and years ago. We got together. She is here in Charlotte, presenting. She talks with her people about finance and how to do it in a really, really meaningful way. Ultimately, how to retire early and make your money work for you. Her name is Anita. And we just had the most fun conversation. We talked a little life, we talked a lot of business, and it's just an honor to be able to see my clients soaring and really take the curiosities, the passions, the skills that the Lord has provided to them and just run with it in the most amazing and epic ways. And hopefully you can even get a sense of like what kind of a space grace-based Christian coaching is to me. Like, of course, I wouldn't think anything different, but like it was just so, it touched my heart that she was so touched, that I said, well, if you're here, like, of course, let's get together, right? Like this is what it's all about, right? It's not like, okay, you're done, our commitment is finished, like we're just never going to talk again. Like, I genuinely care about each of you and want to continue to support you, whether it be through continued coaching or other ways as you move forward. And that's the kind of space that this is, right? Like, we stopped coaching in 2019, so I guess, goodness gracious, 7 years later, yet we're connected. So super special. And then one of the last things I'll share for loving lately is the nightlight effect. You might have caught this over on Instagram if you follow there at Grace-Based Christian Coaching. And I was getting ready for bed a couple of weeks ago, and I had to do something. The light was already off, so I had to hop up, grab something, and I have the motion detector nightlight set up in my bedroom. And it is such a small thing, but it brings so much joy that I don't have to mess around with the light switch, have like this bright, blinding light come on when I'm trying to go to sleep. And I was just so thrilled and so giddy with such a simple thing. And so I invited you guys to think about, like, what is your nightlight effect item? Something that is like ridiculously simple, but it brings exponential joy. And y'all shared a couple of things. New candles. So not only getting them, I talked with another client about like actually using and not just saving things. So Maybe this is your wink to go use that thing that you bought that you've been saving and not used yet. Fresh nail polish. That's always a treat, right? Follower said a red cardinal at her bird feeder. So think of those things for you. Like, what are those, quote, small things that, really aren't that small, that spark joy, that matter? And what would it look like to do more of them or to soak them in at a deeper level? All right, lessons learned. This is like a silly one, but I think a lot of you can understand. And I will say, plan, plan, plan. So earlier I had mentioned it was just like torrential downpour on my birthday, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was going back and forth between a few ideas, ultimately the combination of waffling and the weather left me scrambling and just added stress to a special time that just was not needed. So for me, because of the intentional planner and strategist that I can't help but be, I made a little note and said, like, lessons learned from my birthday and what would I want to do next year, experience I want to have, people I want to get together with, questions that I want to ask, things that I want to do. Like, definitely have that reservation book. Don't just wing it, and have a backup as well, so that you can just step into everything in as powerful way as possible. So plan to even another level. One other quick little sweet thing that I'll share with you that I think I've shared maybe on here before is years and years and years ago, like when I was still growing up living at home, I just the Lord gave me this idea to so I'm lucky because when I was born, it is like during the day in the afternoon. So, it's nice. It works from like a logistics standpoint. You'll understand this in a minute. But to just step outside and to connect with the Lord and to just pray, to give him gratitude, give him thanks for the past year, and just pray into the year ahead, ask for vision, ask for insight. And that is one of my favorite traditions for pretty much as long as I can remember now, that I've been doing. And I want to invite you into too, in case that's something that might bless you in your years and your birthdays ahead. Okay, and then last but not least, looking forward to. So we have so many phenomenal guests that I've got to get scheduled that I've been chatting with to come on to the podcast. If you have been listening here for a while, we have a guest about, I would say on average, once every 4 to 6 weeks at this point. Lara Casey, I'm going to make a note right now to add this to the show notes. She was the founder of Cultivate What Matters, the company that created the PowerSheets, one of my absolute favorite goal setting tools. Funny enough, my top 3 on YouTube, at least, most watched videos are the interview with Lara, so I'll include that in the show notes, and then another video where I share about how I use my PowerSheets. So just fun conversations. I have a background, I don't know that I would necessarily say background, a passion for journalism. Back in the day, one of the dream goals that I had was to be a broadcast journalist on a morning show. And to the point where in high school, I even went to Brown for a summer camp on journalism. So all that to say, it's nice to be able to use those passions and some of the skill sets that I gained over the years to interview some really amazing people and share these conversations with y'all. So definitely make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, so that you can catch some of these fun ones coming up. And then on Monday, I am so excited for you guys because we're sharing another week in the life. It is such a fun episode with the behind the scenes of how I curate life and work in a faith-based way, while ultimately letting him lead. And what does the dance look like between the two of those things? And just can't wait to show y'all. I'm so excited. I hope you love it. Definitely let me know what inspires you, what surprises you, what else that you would like to see included if we do another one of these. Okay, and then if you love these Friday Favorites episode, I want to ask, will you take a moment to, and there's a reason behind this, okay? Leave a review. So if you want to leave a written one, that is amazing. that would be the ultimate gift. But really, simply, if you just leave a rating on whatever app you listen to podcasts, whether it be Apple, Spotify, something different, depending on the number, so I wrote down where I'm at right now, depending on the number of additional reviews I have and hearing from you guys, I may shift to sharing a monthly roundup instead of weekly. So I genuinely want to hear from you guys on this. And if you've already given me a rating on your favorite podcast app, like thank you so much. And if you want to see weekly stay, let me know on Instagram at Grace-Based Christian Coaching, the DMs. And I may keep weekly depending on what I hear. But like, yes, I'm a business owner like many of you are and do run a podcast. But really, I am also a very normal mom, working mom of 3, just like you, and hearing from you and what you love and what you need genuinely matters to me. I love you guys. I love my listeners and want to create what you need. Doing a mix of almost more formal content that I always look at the podcast as an extension of how I serve my clients. So it kind of really gives you a little insight into some of the topics that I'll typically work with clients on, some of the coaching questions that you might experience if we're to work together. So like those core episodes, and then the informal ones like this, and guest interviews. So thank you so much. Again, if you really love these weekly episodes, if you will take 10 to 30 seconds to hop on your favorite podcast app and leave a rating, so I know that you love it and you want the weekly cadence to continue, that would be such a blessing. Thanks for being here, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend ahead.